News 46 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 46 is also brought to you by Humana, serving the community. Please stop in at 1397 South Loop Road on the corner of Loop and Highway 160.
Tonight on News 46, the Attorney General makes a stop in Pahrump.
And Dennis Hoff talks about the sale of his brothels.
News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell and Zach Reinert. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
AG Laxalt visits the Nye County Republican Central Committee. It's November 8th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Zach Reinert.
Sitting Governor Brian Sandoval has reached his term limit. In the ring currently vying for the seat in the 2018 gubernatorial election are Republicans Adam Laxalt, who is currently the state's Attorney General, Dan Swartz, who is currently the state treasurer, and business owner Jared Fisher. On the Democratic side is Clark County Commissioners Chris Ginkiliani and Steve Sisolak, who started the GoFundMe page for the 1 October victims. We caught up with our AG, Adam Laxalt, who has made his second stop in our town recently.
Notice a big uptick on elder fraud in our state, and there's a dark place in hell for people that take advantage of our seniors, but it happens unfortunately every day. And so we created an elder fraud unit, and it's a 10-person unit with no taxpayer dollars. We use an old settlement that was sitting around, and that unit has been incredibly active over the past year, including us having the largest guardianship prosecution in the history of the state just a few months ago. Good. Well, this is our final stop of a 17-county tour. Obviously, we announced for governor, and it's been an incredible time over the past week traveling around the state and seeing so much support in places like here and all across Nevada.
You're running for governor. What prompted you to want to do that?
Well, I want to help write Nevada's next chapter and make us the most economically competitive state in the American West.
You've had some pretty big achievements as Attorney General. You spoke about them a little bit tonight, and one of them, I have to say, is, of course, retesting those rape kits.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I was elected Attorney General, it was discovered there's over 8,000 untested kits in the state of Nevada. These are held at the local level, but I still want to make it a priority as the Attorney General to try to use our bully pulpit to try to find the funding to go test these kits going backwards. So we pledged money to the labs in Clark County and up north so they go back and test these kits, which has led to a number of prosecutions of some of these horrible sex offenders.
And of course, the crimes against the elderly you were speaking about a little bit today, which seems to be so prevalent now.
Well, we created an elder fraud unit with settlement money, non-taxpayer dollars, and it recently led to the largest guardianship conviction in the history of the state. And we continue to work with local counties across Nevada to try to help prosecute some of these horrible crimes.
So you're kind of calling on volunteers to help out a little bit with this campaign. How can people get involved?
People can go to adamlaxalt.com and they can sign up. Super easy there. And of course, we'll be back here plenty of times and look forward to a chance to meet voters, meet people that are motivated to support the Laxalt campaign.
What's some of your goals if you're elected?
Well, we want to make Nevada the most economically competitive state in the American West. We want to improve education, and of course we want to focus on safety, something we focus on as Attorney General, but we'll continue to focus on as a governor.
Do you have some of those items laid out on your website?
We've got some policies on our website, and we look forward to in the coming months to roll out a number of specific policies in all those areas.
Well, brothel owner Dennis Hoff stopped by our studios today to talk about the sale of some of his cat houses and the possible purchase of new ones.
I own two places in Crystal, and we opened the one, we put a fortune into it and made it beautiful, and it's operating very well. We're happy with it. Then I owned the second place down there, and it was like, well, if I finish this place up, then I'm competing with myself.
Yeah, the cherry patch you're talking about, right?
Exactly. So then I'm competing with myself. So why do it until I get one up? So the business is so good, why dilute the business? So the thought is now is to sell one of the properties, and either one. I'm fine with either one. I got offers on both of them now, and whichever one goes through the process and gets the licensing all done, which is virtually, it's really hard to do here. Now, this is not a brothel-friendly environment here.
Why is it not brothel friendly?
Well, it's a few things, and one of them they're going to use against me in the campaign is that I think that if you can carry a gun in war and kill people and risk your life, you should be able to go to a brothel. And
Explain that.
well, in Nye County, you have to be 21 years of age. There's a huge demographic from 18 to 21, so it makes it difficult. The licensing is brutal. It's brutal. When you go to apply for a brothel license, first of all, it's $7,000. Okay, then you have to provide 10 years of tax returns. Most people don't have 10 years of tax returns. You're not required by federal government to keep them.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the other thing is that you have to have a compiled financial statement. Every one of my compiled financial statement cost me $35,000. Every one of my girls that wants to be a partner in this, even if let's say it's a $10,000 investment, she just wants to be a part of things and maybe add to that percentage that she owns over a period of time. She has to pay $7,000 for a background check to go through this whole rigmarole when these other partners didn't. And they're going to enforce it with me because I'm Dennis Hoff.
What will happen if some of the girls don't pass the background checks? How will they be employed there or be owners? Because you will only have a certain amount of girls that can be owners then, right?
Well, no, you can have a lot of people be owners. It's two things. One, a girl would work there. A separate issue is owning a percentage of the brothel.
So tell me about who is the new buyer of the Love Ranch.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A broker brought me the contract, and that's it.
Have they had a background check?
No, they have not applied yet. We got them the paperwork. We went down to the sheriff's office, and they gave us the application, got that out of the way. And so that's done, and he's just got to fill it out and send it in and go through the process.
An accident victim was transported by air ambulance last night after being struck on the roadway. Nye County Sheriff's deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded to a vehicle versus pedestrian accident last night on Quarter Horse and Comanche on the south end of town. One bike rider was found on the ground with an apparent head injury by a passerby. It's unknown at this time if the vehicle that struck the individual riding the bike remained on scene. Mercy Air transported the bike rider to a trauma center in Las Vegas. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. If you have any information, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000. This is Deanna O'Donnell, News 46.
All right, News 46 will be back with more after this.